I've been doing air layering for the past 4 years, but if we talk about mango trees, I have 2 decisions to consider. The first is whether grafting should be done on mango or air layering. So let's find out in this video. First of all, I'm going to cut some of my air layers. Let's see if these air layers have developed roots or not. So right now, I've separated my air layerings. After cutting it, let's check whether roots have actually formed inside it or not, and whether these plants are now ready or not. So let's move to the spot. At the moment, I'm going to check these 4 mango air layerings that I did about 4 months ago. By now, these air layerings should have developed roots and should be ready. But as I look closely, I see that 2 of the air layers have dried up completely. However, our purpose is to see whether they have formed roots or not. From the outside, it seems like some roots are visible, so I'll open this to confirm. After opening it, let's see if roots have developed inside it or not, and why exactly it dried out. First, I'll remove the covering from it. Inside, I don't really see much root development, only one single root is visible, and that too has dried up. When I check more carefully, the branch itself has dried completely. That means it tried to form roots, but after removing the soil, I can see only one root formed. In short, the mango branch only managed to produce a single root and no other roots at all. So this air layering attempt has completely failed. Now I'll check the second one. This is the second air layering. Let's open it and see if any roots formed inside. I'm about to open it now. First, I'll remove the cover. Inside, the soil has dried out completely, so I'm not sure whether any roots would have developed or not. After opening it, I can see the soil is very dry. Looking carefully, I don't really see any strong root growth. At best, there's a very small root visible. This air layering was alive for some time, but now it has died because it failed to develop proper roots. So now let's move on to check the next branch, the next air layering. All right, let's open this and take a look. First, I'll remove its cover, and then we'll see whether it has developed roots or not. By the look of it, it seems like this might have formed roots because the soil still had some moisture. So let's open it and check. Yes, there are roots inside, but unfortunately they're dead because the branch has dried out. That's why this air layer has failed. Let me dust it off a little bit. You can see that it had produced some roots, quite good ones in fact, but overall, this air layer failed. I'm not sure why exactly this happened. Now let's check the last one. This one seems impressive. I can already see some big roots from the outside. It looks like this air layer might actually be successful. But before opening it, I'll prepare a pot with soil. So that if it's ready, I can plant it straight away. So I've brought the pot here. Now, let's open the air layer. I noticed something unusual. The soil inside had an ant colony. There were a lot of ants that had disturbed the soil structure. As for the roots, they were only growing from a single point, not all around. Yes, they are thick, but not enough to sustain a plant properly. If the roots had been spread more evenly, we could have planted it. Unfortunately, this one also failed. On closer inspection, I can only see 2 roots, and they're quite small, not well developed. So this air layer hasn't really formed proper roots, and it has failed. Talking about mango air layering in general, the most important factor is the season. You have to carefully choose the right season. I did it in the right season according to my area, but in my area there is more dryness, which may have caused these failures. Here, let me show you all 4 air layers I attempted. Out of them, only 1 produced some roots, while the rest did not develop properly. That means air layering from mango isn't reliable. Now let me show you grafting. This grafting I did is stone grafting. I made 2 grafts, one of them broke. Here it is lying down. You can see where the sprout had grown and then snapped. I had grafted onto 2 separate plants. One graft dried up completely, just like the other one. But here you can see this stone grafting that has sprouted nicely. It was more of an experiment for me, just to see whether it would succeed or not. This other one I tried on a bigger plant, about 2 years old. I cut a smaller branch and did a grafting there. You can see the branch has sprouted well, though the lower part dried up. Overall, the plant dried up from the base. This grafting on the larger plant, about 10 years old, is much more promising. Let me climb up and show you where I grafted. Here you can see this grafting has taken successfully and the branch is growing. Below it, there's another grafting that also worked. And here's one more graft that's been successful too.
This type of grafting is called cleft grafting. You make a cut at the top so that multiple branches sprout, giving stronger growth. Here's another one. This is bark grafting, and you can see it has also grown quite well. That's why I always prefer grafting, because the results are more consistent. You can see several grafting points where new branches have established successfully. So, in conclusion, I personally prefer grafting for mango trees because it works better for creating new varieties and healthy plants. Air layering on mango is very difficult. Some branches root, some don't, and often they fail due to environmental factors. If you want to learn more about grafting, I've put a video link in the description showing step-by-step how to graft on a big tree. For air layering, I'll now bring 3 branches and demonstrate the method. But before that, you need to understand a few basics. Before starting air layering, you need to know exactly which branch to select. For mango, I've chosen these branches here. This one is about 2-3 months old. It's green, fully dark green, and fresh. On such branches, the chances of successful air layering are very good, around 90%. They tend to develop strong and healthy roots, which makes them perfect for air layering. This is another one good for air layering. But remember, for these types of branches, you'll need more soil medium because their roots grow larger and need more support. Now this kind of branch, brown or blackish, should never be used for air layering. On such branches, neither grafting nor air layering works successfully, so you should avoid selecting old or hardened branches. Let me show you the method now. First, remove the leaves so that the branch is clearly visible. I've taken off the upper leaves. This is the type of branch you should select from a good quality variety of mango tree for successful air layering. Now, we'll make a cut about 1 inch to 2 inches wide. You need to carefully cut through the upper bark, making 2 cuts so that a strip of bark can be removed. Here, I've made the cut about 1.5 inches. Next, we peel off this outer bark gently. For this, always use a good sharp knife. It makes the work cleaner. Slowly remove the bark until the inner layer is fully exposed. At this stage, the branch is not ready yet. You must also remove the cambium layer, that thin green layer under the bark, otherwise the roots won't grow. So, scrape it away gently until only the inner wood remains. Now the branch is ready for air layering. The next step is applying rooting hormone. You don't have to buy anything from the market. Natural rooting hormones like aloe vera work wonderfully. Aloe vera is one of the best natural rooting agents. Apply it generously on the exposed area. Now for the soil medium. Always select it based on your local conditions. Here I have 2 options, plain garden soil and organic compost. I won't use compost for mango because it dries too quickly and doesn't retain enough moisture. Instead, I'll use clear garden soil because it holds moisture better, which mango roots need. Mango requires moderate moisture, not too much, otherwise roots may rot. If you live in a rainy, high moisture area, compost can work, but in drier areas it fails because it dries out fast. For my case, I'll stick with plain clay soil. Prepare it by moistening it lightly. Then pack it around the exposed cut area of the branch. Cover it completely so that no part of the cut is left exposed. Finally, use a polythene cover to wrap the soil around the branch. Don't use disposable plastic bags because roots don't form well in those. A proper polythene cover ensures strong root growth and successful air layering.
So, now I've covered it with polythene, and polythene gives the best results for air layering. No other material works as well. This ensures that the soil stays tightly packed around the cut section of the branch. First, I'll tie the lower part securely. By holding it this way, I'll make sure it's properly sealed and won't come loose. Now I've tied it firmly, and this is the best method for air layering that I've shown you. Next, we'll also tie the upper side in the same way so that the soil remains in place against the cut. Tighten it properly so that the soil and cut stay connected and don't shift. Now it's tied well and our air layering is ready. Let me give you some final tips. You should always do air layering according to your local conditions. For mango, the best time is during May and June, just before or during the rainy season. That way, your air layering has a much higher success rate. Choose vertical branches with the right color and age, like the one I showed you, and you'll get the best results. So, this was the complete method. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.